Welcome to the show where MTV finds out what Carlton thinks. 2 comms, 4 ravens. Today's topic, artificial intelligence.
It's an artificial intelligence. An example that just comes to mind right now is something like the HAL 9000 from Space Odyssey. What other examples can you guys think of, and like how do you see them in movies and in video games and any form of pop culture?
Recess show from the 90s. They had a similar thing to HAL. They called it Sal. And it took over the classroom.
Oh, okay.
Nobody's familiar with the show.
No,
Recess?
great show.
I was
That
see that
specific episode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Should we watch that?
I haven't watched that one. Oh, that new movie just came out.
Quick Chappie?
Chappie.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it yet, but it
Chappie.
looks really good. It's like an AI robot has been developed, and he's actually really sweet and awesome. But everybody's afraid that if robots figure out that, I guess they could like take over the world or like get angry at humans and come back at them. So everyone's trying to kill him.
Yeah.
But he's really cute.
Most of the time that they're portrayed, are they shown as good characters or evil, or like how do you guys see them like on like almost like the karmic spectrum, like good to evil kind of thing?
I'd say most of the time, they start off good most of the time, like an iRobot, classic example, and then usually something we do makes them inherently bad, like we are violent towards them because we're afraid of them, stuff like that, or they realize we're kind of irrational, so it's really like we're the root cause of these kind of good things that go bad.
Okay.
So in one sense, they're neutral, and it's just a human interpretation of the robot thinks that it's good.
How does artificial intelligence or artificial companionship, any form of that kind of stuff, affect your life?
Well, I mean, day to day, we got to think about how much time. I mean, it may not necessarily be artificial intelligence, but it's still some kind of intelligence. How much time you spend on your phone, your laptop, all that different stuff, like on Facebook and Twitter, and those things like pick up on your preferences as well, kind of thing. And they start catering themselves towards what you find interesting as well. Like if you ever look at your ads on like Facebook and Twitter, it's specific to each person and what they've looked at. So that's like a use of artificial intelligence that I'm sure almost everyone in the world experiences on like a day-to-day basis now.
Kind of build on that is seen a few videos in my IS class, and they're talking about what the home of the future looks like. And you walk in the door, and it's got, your Fitbit connects to your home, and it knows instantly you're kind of stressed out, wants to like mellow you out, play some like classic music instead of the hard rock you might not be into. Like the fridge can tell you what you can make with what's inside of it, and it's just totally interconnected. It makes it seem like life is so much easier, and
Do you guys consider
really cool.
these kinds of AI good, or do you see like are there inherent problems that you guys see in us using them, or maybe relying on them, or forming some form of dependency on them?
Once you're dependent on it, it's like anything where you become addicted, and you lose sense of humanity if you're becoming addicted to technology, and if you're letting technology rule your life in that sense.
Yeah, like what was it called? The video you showed us?
Jibo.
Jibo? Yeah, I thought that was really cool, and I mean it's totally helpful, and I think as long as it doesn't result in like a her situation where he's basically in love with this robot. Well, I haven't watched it, but I'm assuming. I think that it's really cool, and I was just gonna say too, like I understand that's a fear, but to be honest, we're leaps and bounds away from having robots think like humans.
Yeah.
I mean, we don't even understand cognition ourselves. We can't, there's no one specific way of understanding how the brain processes information and how we're learning. So I don't see how we can possibly imitate that in a robot when we can't even figure it out in our own brains. So I don't think that's really a concern that people should have at this point.
So it seems like you guys all have some sort of consensus that's mostly good right now, especially since like we are very much in control. Like I think that's you guys are all
It's evil.
I still say it's evil in what sense though?
Evil in the sense that you're losing your independence by it's the reliance
How do you guys
aspect.
feel about an artificial intelligence or artificial companion, like teaching your kids how to read and like teaching them things that like almost like your parents should be teaching you? Like, how do you guys feel about that?
It's kind of weird because then kids are going to put Jibo on a pedestal and when its battery life runs out and dad has to put it to the curb, they're going to have to like have counseling services for the kids or something, who knows.
And building off that, is it possible in that sense then, almost in the same vein as the movie Her, with Jibo, to almost develop a pseudo relationship with it that would be considered
How much will it cost?
almost human?
Can some people afford it? Can some people not? And then you have this whole class disparity issue it is a possibility.
Yeah, makes sense. It is expensive. All right, guys, I'm going to give you guys one more question here. All right. Where do you guys see artificial intelligence
I'm
going?
waiting for like a chip in the back of your head. Like, Google just like shows up on your day to day, but it's kind of transparent, so you don't walk into things. But like you're just like surfing the web as you're like walking along.
Or like Marvel Avengers, like little data pad on nothing that you can
Yeah,
click on.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, it just kind of like just appears and like yeah.
Definitely see it expanding for convenience-wise, like just making our day-to-day life like the button in the wall for Amazon and groceries and a machine that helps you get takeout. But I can't see it becoming a part of the family within the next 10 to 15 years. Like
I have an issue with Jibo too. Jibo got a message from the guy's girlfriend and then was able to record it and play it to him. I don't want like a free-thinking sentient robot being able to get messages from a girlfriend either. You know, I feel like that would just be a bad idea necessarily.
And
That's
also-
manipulating.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
the kid goes, what did mom send dad Jibo? And it's like, oh my god.
Know me so well. And even be a great wingman.
You have a voice message from Ashley. Want to hear it?
Absolutely.
Hey, call me when you're home.
Better make that takeoff for 2, Jibo.
All right. Any final points anyone would like to add? Or? Thanks a lot, guys.
Yeah, no worries.
Perfect.
Thank you for watching this week's episode. Tune in next week when we ask Carlton about the culture industry.